Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back for a brand new video, and hopefully this little aiming hack will save you a lot of headaches when it comes to learning angles. Let's have a look. Aiming is one of the biggest things in snooker. We miss balls for two reasons. Number one, we don't hit the cue ball where we think we're hitting it, and secondly, is purely aiming. So this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's not easy. I know it's not. But hopefully this little hack now will give you a better idea. If you're struggling with certain shots, a certain shot, or you can use this method for any shot really, it might just get you into a better place and give you a better idea of where you need to aim on the object ball and with which part of the cue ball you need to make contact with the object ball. So the best way to start is to show you basically on a straight shot. So you might know this, you might not know this. So the point we need to hit on the object ball in order to pot it is the furthest away from the pocket. So you imagine a line now from the pocket all the way through the red, and the furthest point is obviously this point here. Okay? So on the object ball, it's the furthest point away from the pocket. Now, we've picked a spot where we need to hit the object ball, but with what part of the cue ball do we need to hit it with? And the answer is the closest part of the cue ball to the pocket. So the closest part of the cue ball, which is now there, has to hit the furthest point away on the object ball, which is there. So if you put a straight line up, it would just be a straight line going through both balls and into the pocket. So you pick your line, so one point meets the other, and you pot the ball. So that's pretty straightforward. But when you start coming to an angle shot, the principle is exactly the same. We've now just got a bit more of an angle. So exactly the same process. So the part of the object ball we need to hit in order to pot it is the part that is the furthest away from the pocket, which would be here. So the furthest away, and then the part of the cue ball we need to hit that part of the object ball is the one that is closest to the pocket. So get that cue. So I've got that line now. So this part of the object ball is the closest to the pocket. So that is the part of the cue ball that needs to hit the object ball. So I've got my line. So I know it's about there. And that point has to now hit this point here. So I've got my line. And we pot the ball again. So let me show you the line that you need to take. So obviously we've picked that spot on the object ball, so furthest away, which is there. So I've got that now. And we need to hit it with the closest of the cue ball, which is there. So now if I put a line up, so the closest is there. So if you look at that line now on screen, so they're the 2 points that need to meet that position. Obviously we're going to be striking the cue ball in the center, but these 2 points where the cue is on the cue ball and the tip is on the object ball, they're the 2 points that need to meet. So I'll play it again. So whatever the angle is on a shot, the principle is exactly the same. So let's try an even thinner shot. So these are the ones The thinner they go, obviously we've got more angle, so these are the shots that do become harder. So again, just try and picture in your mind, so have a look at the angle. So the furthest point away from the pocket, which is there, so I've got that point in my mind now, that needs to be struck with the closest point on the cue ball to the pocket, which is there. So I've got that point on the cue ball, which is there, and I've got that point on the object ball, which is now there. So these 2 points need to meet. So when those 2 points meet, we should be somewhere very close to the pocket. So whenever we play these shots, there's always going to be a little degree of friction. So you might pot it just slightly thick, or you might even miss slightly thick. But this is for when you're really struggling with an angle. This will get you pretty damn close to the potting angle. Okay, so let's try and get them 2 points again. So I need to hit there on the object ball, which I've got, and I've got my point on the cue ball where I need to hit it with. And we've potted it again. But give it a go. Any questions, do let me know. It is pretty straightforward, so all you have to remember is the point you need to aim on the object ball is the point furthest away from the pocket. So it's right there. So you can maybe have a look at the pocket. So when you see players, they come round and they might have a look at the potting angle. So what they're looking at is the point on this object ball where we need to hit, which is there. So the furthest away from the pocket, which needs to be contacted with the closest to the pocket, which is there. So I've got that point in my mind now. So I've got that line going straight through. So these 2 points here have to meet in order to get pretty close to the pot. And it's in again. So do give it a go. Obviously it's not 100% accurate. There's going to be a slight bit of friction, but this is going to get you pretty close to the pot, or even pot it. Obviously that's playing ball, so there's different ways we strike the cue ball. Whether you're playing with side, high, low, it's all going to be different. So another video I did, check this out if you're unsure on what happens with a cue ball and object ball when we hit in different spots. So have a look at this video. I'll put a little link there. So give that a watch as well. But just this little hack, if you're unsure of any angle, no matter what the angle is, doesn't matter, the furthest point on the object ball away from the pocket always has to be struck with the closest part of the cue ball to the pocket. So once you've got a good picture of what that line looks like, you'll have a better idea of how to play these shots. There we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Any questions, do let me know. I hope I explained it well enough. I think I did, but you'll see that if you try and pick a point, furthest point of the object ball in line with the pocket and the closest point on the cue ball to the pocket, those 2 points need to meet. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of friction, but you'll find this out for yourself. You might just pot it thick, you might slightly miss, but then obviously when you come to start playing with little bits of side, high, low on the cue ball, it's going to be a little bit different. But do check out that video that I did put up on the screen as well. So give that a look. Obviously again, any comments, comment below. I'll try and answer them the best I can. As always, if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. I've noticed that a lot of you are viewing but not subscribing. It does help massively for the channel, so please do that. Coaching is available, so let me know if you want any coaching with me in this room, on this table, then do get in touch. But in the meantime, go and check out all the other videos on my channel, and we'll see you soon for the next one.